Hi everyone, this is Heather. Thank you so much for joining me. Today I am so excited because I have some of the brand new Stampin Blends markers from Stampin Up. Woo, I'm so excited. And they are alcohol-based markers and they come in right now 12 colors, and each color has two shades. You get a light shade and a darker shade. All of the colors currently match with current Stampin' Up! Colors, like ink pad colors, cardstock, things like that. So for instance, this is Pool Party, sorry, and this is the light, so there's also a dark Pool Party. As you can see, I did not get every single color, but I did get a good range to try them out. In addition to the 12 colors with the light and the dark of each of the colors, there are also two skin tones, and there is an ivory and a bronze. And these work really nicely for blending together various shades of skin tones, and you can also mix in some of the lighter pinks like the light pink pirouette to give you a nice range of skin tones. So let's grab a marker and kind of go over some of the features. Like I said, these are alcohol-based markers, so they're square. So that means they will not roll off your table. So that's very handy. They are double-sided. So there is a fine tip, if you can see that, on one end, and a brush tip on the other end. And I hope you heard that really nice snap when I put those lids back on. That helps to keep the alcohol inside from evaporating. So some of the nice points about the caps are, like I said, they snap on and off really tightly. And they have a little kind of barrel or a channel inside there that also helps to prevent the ink inside from drying out. And so when you put that on, make sure that you get that nice snap on there to make sure that the lid is good and tight. There's also little grooves which will help you to grab onto the lid to pull it off. And this is one of my favorite features. The lids will snap together while you're working. So that is super handy, so you don't have your lids all over the place and you can keep them together while you're working. So I absolutely love that feature. So there's that nice snap. So a couple of tips. You want to store these horizontally. So that means flat like this. Do not store them up and down. So you want to make sure that you're storing them flat like they are here on the table. Because these are alcohol based, you want to use a ink pad that works well with that, and Memento is the recommended ink to use. So Tuxedo Black Memento ink is going to be your best choice. Stampin' Up! Is also recommending that you use their Whisper White cardstock for good blending. Any type of a good smooth cardstock, and usually thicker is a little bit better, but the Whisper White is absolutely perfect. It works great with the combination of the Stampin' Blends and the Memento ink. So the other thing is, if you've never used alcohol-based markers before, they can bleed a little bit through to the back of the paper. So either work on a mat like this that can be wiped down, or a surface that you don't mind getting ink on, or work on a scratch piece of paper just in case that ink does bleed through onto your surface. So that's just a quick look at some of the features of the new Stampin Blends markers. They are out now currently, like I said, with the 12 colors, the 2 skin tones, and then there also is a color lifter, which is sort of like a colorless marker that will help you if you go outside the lines. It'll take a little bit of that color away. It also can help you with blending and lightening up your colors. So that is available now, and as new catalogs come out for Stampin' Up, I have been told that there will be new colors released in the future, so be on the lookout. So these are not all that will be available. They're going to continue to add to the color line, but these are available right now from Stampin' Up. I'm going to put a link in the description down below to let you know where you can purchase them directly from Stampin' Up, or you can contact your Stampin' Up rep. In addition to the Stampin' Blends, they also have released the Color Me Happy stamp set and project kit. You can get things together in a bundle. You can buy things separately, mix and match. So whatever works for you. If you just want the markers, you just want the stamp set, the project kit, you can do it however you would like. So here is a look, and I'm sorry about my overhead lights there. This is a look at the Color Me Happy stamp set, and it comes in cling rubber or wood mount. And there's a really pretty flower, 2 adorable birds, a large thank you, 2 paper lanterns, and some sentiments. The oh hello, so happy for you, and celebrate. Really cute, and these are perfect for coloring in. Lots of opportunities for color mixing and shading. So that's the Color Me Happy stamp set. And then there's also the Color Me Happy project kit that comes with all the supplies that you need to make for each of these cards. The only thing that you'll need is some adhesive and some scissors, but everything else is included in the Color Me Happy project kit. And I have put the cards together, so I'll go over them with you one at a time, and then we're actually going to put one of the projects together. So this is a card that has the 2 little birds on it, and they are so cute. And it's got sequins, which is very trendy right now. Got some nice twine and a gold embellishment, and each card does have matching envelopes. I love the touch of gold on that. So in a minute we will actually put this card together so you can see the Stampin' Blends markers in action. Then there's a really pretty blue thank you card, and it's got different shades of blues so that you get that nice kind of dimension there. Also with the matching envelope, and again with the nice pretty gold details. Then there is one with the flower, and that also has some sequins on it. Got a nice sentiment banner, and you could color the flowers in, you know, lots of different shades and colors, again with the touch of gold, and there's a pretty envelope to go with it. And then there's also this great lantern card. So it's got the paper lantern strung. There's some little tassels. Again, a little touch of gold with the matching envelope. And it's also got some sequins in the shapes of stars. So everything kind of mixes and matches and coordinates together, but you got everything in the Color Me Happy project kit to make for each of all 4 cards, which is really great. Like I said, all you would need is a little bit of adhesive and your scissors, and you are good to go. So I am going to be using, let's get these out of the way, the light and the dark Pool Party markers, the light and the dark pink pirouette, and then the sample recommended the pumpkin marker. I didn't get that. I honestly don't use a lot of orange, except maybe at Halloween if I'm doing pumpkins. So I just substituted the dark daffodil for their little feet and beaks. So we are going to be putting this card together, and like I said, it comes with the envelope. And then it's got the pre-printed pattern card. You're just going to fold over. I'm going to set that off to the side. It's got the cardstock that we're going to stamp on. So this is the Whisper White. There's also the embellishments. It's got the twine, the label, and the sequins. And then also just a die cut strip for the sentiment. So let's get started. I'm going to take my Memento black ink and ink up my first little bird here. It's going to be facing towards the center. Get him stamped out there. And now I'm going to ink up my other little bird. And they're going to be facing each other. Like so. They're cute. And you want to leave a little bit of space at the top for the sentiment and all the embellishments. And then the little die cut piece was a little bit difficult for me to line up, so I went ahead and pre-stamped it. Basically, I just inked it up, laid that down over top, and pressed it with my fingers. But it gets a little messy, so I didn't want to get ink all over the project, but that gives you an idea of how to stamp that out. Get our ink out of the way here. And now we're going to grab our markers and we're going to start to color. So I'm going to start off with my lightest shade of the pink Pirouette and color the entire body of the left bird. Now this is how I like to add shading when I'm coloring. Some people like to lay the darker color down first, but this is just my preferred method. It is whatever works for you. So I have just completely covered the left bird in the light pink Pirouette. I'm going to take the dark pink Pirouette, put my cap on there so I don't lose it, which is awesome. And now I'm going to go wherever I think the image would be a little bit darker. So under the wing, the belly, the body of the bird, and also just kind of follow along the lines of the stamp. The stamps themselves a lot of times will help kind of tell you where there should be some shading and some darker areas, but anywhere underneath that you would like it to be a little bit darker. So you could leave it like this, but there's definite definition between the lighter and the darker, and this is where the Stampin' Blends get really great. So I've colored the entire image lighter, I've gone over with the darker, and now I'm going to go over everything again with the lighter color. And at first it might look a little dark, but once it begins to dry, you will see that those two colors are beginning to blend together even better. And if you want to add even more dark, you can go back over it. You can just continue to layer up as much shading and shadowing and blend those colors together as much as you would like until you're happy with the results. So there's my little pink bird. Put my caps back on. You also don't want to leave your caps off for too long. Don't let your markers sit around like this because you don't want that alcohol in there to evaporate. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing with the other bird. I'm going to take the light blue pool party and color my entire bird. And I just love how there's no scratchy, harsh lines. You just get that nice, smooth color. And now I'm going to take my darker blue and do the same thing. Add some shading and some dark areas. My little bird some depth there and his little belly. And now again, I'm going to take that lighter color. Like I said, you could leave it like that, but I'm going to go back over it with a lighter blue and just kind of blend those together. It just gives a nice soft look. And like I said, first, when you first lay that color down, it might look a little bit too dark, but as the color begins to dry, you can see more of that shading and definition. So now I'm going to grab my darker Daffodil Delight, give them some little yellow beaks and feet. And that gives you a really nice look at how well you can get some really pretty shading with the Stampin Blends. I keep wanting to call them Stampin Up blends. I'll get used to that. So the Stampin Blends. So next we're going to take some of the twine that is included in the kit, and we're going to wrap it around our stamped piece and tie it in a bow. Hopefully I can, usually I like to tie it in a knot. See if I can do this on camera. Not the easiest thing to do. There we go. I'll pull this down just a little bit. Scooch that down and let's tie a bow off to the side here. Get that looking pretty. I'll take my scissors and trim off the excess there. I've got a nice bow. And then I'm going to grab this gold embellishment and add a little bit of adhesive and kind of, well, let's put this on the card first. Sorry about that, doing this on the fly. Add some adhesive to the back of the stamped piece, and that butts up on the side edge of the card base. And now let's put that gold piece down. Get my bow looking pretty here. And now on the back side of the words, we're going to put a little bit more adhesive. I'm going to put that at an angle here across, like so. And I'm going to get some glue dots. You could also use a glue pen if you don't have any glue dots handy. I'm just going to put a few glue dots around, take off the backing paper there. And they send you in the kit a little bag of sequins. So I'm going to get a couple of the pink ones, and I also need a little blue one. I'm just going to adhere those down on top of the glue dots just to add a little bit of shimmer there. So there we've got one of the cards completed that comes in the Color Me Happy project kit. So let me show you the cards again. So you get the birds, you get the thank you, get the lanterns, and the flower. And you will need the Stampin Blends markers and the Color Me Happy stamp set to be able to complete the project kit. And all together you will get these awesome cards, and they're a really great way to experiment, play around with the awesome new Stampin' Blends markers. So just wanted to give you a quick intro to these. I'm really excited about them. I think they are going to be so much fun. I love that the colors match the existing colors in the Stampin' Up products. so that it really makes it easy to kind of put your projects together. And I love the way that these blend. You can get lots of shading. I'm very, very happy with these. I'm super excited. So I hope you enjoyed taking a look at the Color Me Happy stamp set, project kit, and some of the new Stampin Blends alcohol-based markers from Stampin Up. I really appreciate you joining me today. Please check out my channel. I have lots of other card tutorials and reviews on my channel, and I hope you have a fantastic day. This is Heather. Thanks so much. Bye.